Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Arc Basics, a show where we break down the ABCs of how to start an arc, how to accomplish things, how to achieve things, how to be the best you possibly can be. That's right, we're going with the full ABCs of arc. A for arc, B for basics, C for, well, whatever you want it to be. C can be anything.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Arc Basics. I'm Phlinger, and today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite early to mid-game tames in the entire game. We're talking about the Baryonyx. These guys, they can do so much for you, and their saddle actually comes in at level 49. I mean, it is absolutely amazing that you can get them pre-50 because these guys are so versatile and just so good. Not just for going around the island, going through the water areas, but also they are one of the best caving dinos that you can get. There's only 4 caves in the all of the island that they do not excel at, and that is the 2 underwater caves, the Cave of the Skylord, the one that no dino can fit in, and the Cave of the Strong. Other than that, if it's not one of those 4, these guys are amazing at it, just because they can fit through all the nooks, all the crannies, all the everything. One of them has been changed with Ark Survival Ascended, so where all you have to do is take an empty cryopod with you and cryopod your Baryonyx before when you're done and run out of the cave, but you can do all of the caves amazingly well with these guys. And all right, so let's talk about it. I'm done talking them up. Let's actually show how to tame them, where they spawn, everything like that. And just so you know, yeah, if you're wondering if you can be if they can be bullied, no, they can't. At one point in time they could, but they no longer can, and I actually kind of enjoy that change. All right, so when you're looking for Baryonyx, and we're not going to take a Baryonyx to go find a Baryonyx, we're actually going to take a Sabertooth. Because at this point in time, I would expect most people, if you're looking, if you're in the level 40s, maybe early 50s, looking for Baryonyx, you're not going to have a Baryonyx. You're going to have something like a Sabertooth. And that's what we're going to take. So, also, what you're going to want, you're not going to need this super high speed crossbow. This thing right here will knock out everything. We're actually just going to use a regular bow. Yeah, regular bow. Now, you can use taming pins with these guys, and I'll show you the good taming pin that works with these guys. It's not really all that necessary unless if you're going up against a really big and mean Baryonyx. If you're going up against, say, like a 140, 145, 150, you might want to take and put them in a trap, but it is absolutely not necessary. You can do these guys out in the wild. Just remember, when they get down to a certain torpor level, they will run, and they will run fast, which makes the Sabertooth a really good tame to keep up with them so you can fire off the back. All right, so let me show you the taming pin that you can do. I'm going to tame one out in the wild without a taming pin, but I will show you the taming pin that is really, really effective for them. All right, so this is a taming pin. It apparently has an Argent stuck in it right now, but yeah, we've got, it looks just like this. All it is a couple dino gates, a little structure creating a little ceiling over the top of it, so where you can go in and out. And yeah, it's actually really easy. You can actually just pile up a couple gates and use those because it's really easy. But I just like this one right here. This one right here is one of my more permanent ones. Yeah, it works out pretty well. No, you ain't coming out of there. It's nothing a little flappy sword won't fix. Don't make me flappy sword you. All right, so when looking for Baryonyx, one of the key things that you're going to need, well, first off, you're going to need something to be able to knock it out. So we've got trank arrows, and we've got a bow. Also, you might want a little bit of narcotics. All right, but also, if you have access to kibble, they do take blue kibble, which is actually pretty easy to get early on. We're not going to be doing that. We're going to actually be using a sickle. And the sickle is going to be very, very important for getting prime fish meat. It actually comes in quite well and quite easy. All right, so let's get out here and let's go see if we can go find one. I'm pretty sure there should be one out here. There usually is. In any of these rivers, any of these channels, anything like that, there's usually Baryonyx just littering them quite a bit. And also there's Pegos as well, so I'm going to want to have to deal with those as well. right, there's one right there. And I bypassed a whole bunch of dillos getting here. 1 sec. Oh, well. And apparently there's an alpha around here. An alpha may come mess with us while we're doing this. All right, so if you see a Baryonyx out like this, you do not want to get into the water with it. If you get into the water with a Baryonyx, they're going to make you have a really, really bad time. So I am actually going to try to get over to the other side because there's a Baryonyx there, there's an alpha there. It's a bad spot. All right, let's get over here. And if you are caught in the water with a Baryonyx, it will stun lock you, and it will make you, yeah, like I already said, it will make you have a very bad day. Okay, so, and we're just going to stay on the back of our Sabertooth for the most part. Oh, wow, I was able to actually get him. Okay, all right, so we've got a Baryonyx incoming, so now what we want to do is kind of lure him up a little bit up here, and there's a monkey right there that is just messing. Hello. And these guys, they go really fast. Okay, so you're level 25. And we're just going to kind of face tank him. While we're doing this, while we're loading him up. And as soon as he runs... Oh, wow, he went way fast, really far. Okay, took me a moment. Pay very close attention. Oh, and he's out. Okay, so that was easy. All right, so, yeah, just front load them so where when they go, their torpor will eventually knock them out. All right, so he's going to be asleep for a little while. We just gave him a little something to keep him down. Let's get down in here and let's make sure there's nothing else in here. There's probably going to be some piranha. But now that he's unconscious, we're going to want to actually start going around and getting ourselves some saber-tooth salmon. And saber-tooth salmon... Really, dude? Come on. Any others? Alright, now saber-tooth salmon are actually pretty easy. All you do is just load up regular arrows or a sword. If we had a crossbow, you could use regular arrows since we're in the water, but we don't, so we're gonna have to do this. And I'm just using the Sabertooth as a secondary stamina bar right now, so where he's just kind of just chilling out. I'm not sprinting, not nothing, so our stamina slowly draining. And there's a salmon right there. Okay, now what we want to do is get up kind of on this guy. All right, go smack him. Only once, and then use our sickle to harvest them. And we just got 5 prime fish bean. All right, now we want to keep doing this until we get quite a few of these guys. And sometimes they can be a little bit tricky to find. Also want to make sure we don't drown in the process. And also pay very close attention to our stamina bar. Here's a couple. I grab this guy right here. That's 8 more. Okay, so that's plenty for level 20. All right, so now that we've got all of these, we want to get screeched at by all the Dimorphodons. And come up here and make sure when you load these guys on here, because they will not eat regular meat. They won't eat prime meat. They won't eat mutton, anything like that. They will only eat kibble or, well, they will actually eat it, but it's not good. All right. So, when you load this stuff up, you want to actually search like this and just transfer all. Because they will eat it very quickly. And you want to make sure that you have enough to actually tame them before you put the meat on. Or else they will run out of it and they will just keep eating and they will tank their taming effectiveness. But yeah, once you actually have the required prime meat, it goes very quickly. Alright, now, even at lower levels, this one tamed up at level 37, it still has really good stats. 1,320 health, that's pretty good. 158 melee damage, not bad at all. Not bad for a level 37 tame. Alright, so let's get this guy back, and let's go take out one that I've had with me for a long time, that I bred and imprinted, and I'll show you the true power of a Baryonyx, because it is phenomenal what these guys can do. All right, so now you guys have already met, but let me introduce you to Junior. This guy right here is one that I have bred and imprinted, and he actually, this is my caving dino. Now, his saddle is not super good, but it doesn't really need to be. All right, so let's go take a look at a few things that they've got. When you're out here on the land, they have a regular attack, and it is, here, let me show you. It's this right here. It's just the bite. Now, the bite actually has a decent conal AoE. I mean, it's not super good as compared to some of the others. Let's see if we can actually hit this bird. It hits the bird actually pretty well. And, of course, he stole my narcotics, you little jerk. All right. And then, let's see, let's get like this. Yeah, see, right there. And then when we come close, yeah, right there, the conal AoE is actually pretty good. All right. And the right-click attack, well, on the land, they don't have a right-click attack. They do have this right here, but really, I mean, honestly, it's supposed to be a roar. But yeah, honestly, all I can hear is yippity-yak, you know. That's really what it is. They're just talking to you at this point. Yep. But, okay, so, yeah, now that we've got that out of the way, what their true specialty out here in the open world, they actually are amazing swimmers. And also notice, their stats are smaller, but they have no oxygen stat, which means they can go down, all right? And also, their right-click attack is this amazing spin attack that stuns lots of things. I mean, generally, when it comes around to their spin attack, if it's smaller than an Allosaurus, I want to say, they can spin it. Like that guy right there. He can't do nothing. He's like, why'd you have to do that? You know, you come up on him. He'll be able to move here in a few minutes. There he goes. And there is a cooldown on it, but it's still really good. Oh, and then we got into... But yeah, you can only do that when you're in the water, i.e. When you actually have the floating animation. So here, like this in the part of the water, we can't use this attack, but we go out a little bit deeper, we go into the floating, bam, we can do it right away. Also, that attack right there has the ability of harvesting all fish when it actually hits it, which is absolutely amazing. All right, so now let's get talked down to about a few different things. All right, so when they're eating regular meat, and let me take this out of his inventory, and we'll run him down a little bit. Let's get his stamina down low so I can get his food stat kind of going down low. Okay, another benefit of these guys is their stamina. It literally lasts forever. Well, not literally, but pretty dang close. I'm really trying to run this guy's stamina down, and it just will not run down. They go for days on 1 bar of stamina. It's really impressive. Okay, so his food stat is at 1630. All right, now if we take 1 piece of meat, we force feed it, he gets none. All right, now if we take and we put in 1 piece of this, he'll eat it, and it gives him, I believe that was 25. But also, normally, whenever you put in a meat whenever you force feed meat, they'll get 5 health back. These guys, when it comes to fish meat, and they just won't eat this meat. This stuff is just worthless in their inventory. But when it comes to fish meat, it gives them 7.5 health, which means they have, as long as you have fish meat in their inventory and they will be constantly eating it, they have an innate regeneration as long as they're eating fish meat. It's really good. So yeah, which also means that you don't have to heal them up nearly as much. Plus, they also have a really good jump. I mean, it's not like the best, but it is pretty good. And of course, he had to poop right in the middle of that one. But yeah, I mean, it is actually a decent jump. All right, also another amazing benefit of these guys, you can fire off their saddle. This is one of the biggest dinos that you can actually do that, which is, I mean, come on, face it, that's really cool. So, yeah. All right, now let's get over to a cave, and let's actually go through and talk about a few things to really bring out these guys' special power. I mean, they've already got a bunch of special powers. I've already told you about a bunch of them. But also, caving is one of their fortes. Now, I've covered this extensively, and I've done a bunch of science on it and everything, with them being just the best caving one, not just for the regeneration, not just for them being able to fit into all sorts of different things, not being able them to fire off the back of the saddle, but just, I mean, these guys, they're tanks. Absolutely. This guy right here, 7,000 health, but with their innate regeneration, that 7,000 health will go so much farther than just about everything else. And they are constantly eating. See, this guy right here, he's already eaten 5 fish meat like that. Why are we just regaining his stamina? So he's just, if he was wounded, he'd be gaining back all that health right there. It's really good. All right, now as we're running over to this cave, I'll talk to you a little bit about these guys a little bit more. These guys, they have an innate buoyancy. You know how when I was on the saber-tooth, as soon as I hopped off, he would shoot straight to the surface? These guys right here, they will stay right where you leave them, which makes them amazing water mounts. Really aquatic ones. Plus, also, their spin attack stuns megalodons. Yeah. Amazing. All right. Now, also, when it comes around to different things for taming out in the water, these guys make an amazing crossover tame, so where you can go out into the ocean, and just be careful with the xynofish that they will actually come and make you have a bad day. But if you're able to actually do the spin attack, you can stun them, which works out really, really well. So you're able to actually get quite a bit of front-loaded damage on them before they do anything terrifying and menacing to you, which is kind of important. But also, their ability to be able to just stay in the water wherever you leave them and not shoot straight to the top means that you can use these guys to go out and tame your first Basilosaurus, which is a really big plus, because Basilosauruses are just phenomenal when it comes around to underwater tames and going and doing the underwater caves. So not only are these guys one of the best cave dinos, or the best cave dino, they will also help you unlock the best underwater cave dino. That's just a win-win. All right, now we're going to take this guy into a cave. And when you're going into a cave, I would recommend you make sure you have plenty of fish meat for the first little bit. Normally, a lot of the caves do have fish in them that you're able to kind of get back some of the fish that you lost by going through the initial little break-in session where there's going to be a lot of front-loaded creatures. But, yeah, make sure you have some, but you will be able to get back some of it depending on the cave. Most of the caves actually do have some fish in some form. But when it comes around to going into the caves, I would recommend either taking in hide or very good cloth armor. And also, when you go in, make sure that you've got quite a bit of fiber in your pocket, just so you can repair the stuff on the fly in your inventory. It will make a big difference, and it will help you out. Some caves actually have the fiber in there for you. Let's take this. Also, another good thing to make sure is, not in this cave, but in most caves, make sure you have a little bit of lesser antidote with you. It will help out. All right, let's get inside, load up our torch. Which is apparently not working. There, we'll just put it on the saddle. All right, and then we'll just work our way right through all this, and it has no problems going through all of this. It's really impressive. All right, another benefit that the Baryonyx has is Arthropleura. By you being up high, it doesn't make you immune to Arthropleura. They can still damage your armor, but they with you being up high, they have less of a chance to hit you on the back. It still does happen, and it happens often, just not as often on a Baryonyx. You see that? And they'll just go right through all of this. All right, then when you get up here, I'll just throw out all this garbage. It's not doing us any good. Not fish meat. It's not something I care about. Just go right through and get all of these guys. Look at this. I mean, the floor is crawling, but this guy doesn't care. Yeah. Baryonyx. Yeah, they're amazing at caves. All right. But hey, I think that's probably going to end it. Yeah, Baryonyx, that's the basics. That's just about everything you need to know about them. I hope this video helped you out in your Baryonyx journey and your Ark journey. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button. I really appreciate it. If you're new around here, subscribe. And until next time, this is Phlinger. Take it easy, everybody.